In 1931, Universal Pictures released the seminal horror movie classic, Dracula, starring Hungarian-born actor Bela Lugosi in the title role. Lugosi's accent, rhythmic speech pattern, and hypnotic stare instantly define the character, and it continues to be the most popular and enduring version of Dracula to this very day. In 1998, Exclusive Premiere was producing licensed collectible dolls in limited quantities based on popular movie and television characters. Samantha from Bewitched and the Munsters were among some of the characters produced. And today, we're taking it back to the OG vampire himself, Dracula, here on Creed's Collection. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Creed's Collection and week 4 of the 4 weeks of Halloween. Today we're checking out the Bela Lugosi Dracula from the 1998 Dracula toy line by Exclusive Premiere. Right on the front here you can see it says starring Bela Lugosi with display stand and bat. The display stand is right here and the bat is directly above it. It also includes this little medallion, and we'll look at all 3 of these items here in a little bit. You can see Lugosi's signature here at the bottom of the card, and I think that's a pretty nice touch. As we come around to the back, you can see a blurb about Dracula, just breaking down his history, and then some images from the film. This first image is of Renfield and Dracula together when Renfield first visits him. The second image is just a random one of Dracula, and the third image is Dracula, Mina, and Renfield all together on the steps inside his castle. But once again, we are wasting time, so let's cut this sucker open. I'm using my standard technique where I cut underneath the bubble. I cut the top, the right, and the bottom, and then I'm able to open it up like a book. If you do it right, you should have a displayable bubble if you want. And now Dracula arises from his plastic coffin. Good evening. Dracula is an undead Carpathian nobleman born from the imagination of Irish author Bram Stoker. Dracula is considered the first vampire by many, even though the book The Vampire from 1819 predates Stoker's 1897 novel by over 75 years. Many know Dracula as Count Dracula, which is his title as a nobleman, and maybe that's why he is so memorable. He is suave, well-dressed, charming, but also intimidating and scary. All of this was brought to life expertly by Lugosi in the 1931 film, weaving a character that is difficult to forget. And now that we know a bit more about Dracula, let's take a closer look. I love this toy. I just had to say that right off the bat. Getting this out of the package and seeing it up close, I am in love with it. Look at this head sculpt. It is fantastic. The expression, his eyes, it really captures that stare that he gave in the film. The skin tone is excellent, the hair looks really good, and also the detailing on this tie here in the front, that's got to be really difficult to do at such a small scale. And the detail continues here on the vest. You can see the buttons, and then here the coat comes down as well. The lapels look nice, and it's pretty long. As you can see, it comes down a little bit further than a normal traditional coat. The hand sculpt is pretty good, but I noticed that Dracula has on a watch. I thought this was pretty funny until I realized, guys gotta know what time it is. Dawn comes pretty fast. As we come down to his feet, you can see he has very highly polished dress shoes on. And I have to say that the hem of his pants is excellent, hitting a perfect spot right here on his ankle. The back of the figure is kind of uneventful, just the black of his giant cape, but it's removable. If you look up here at the top by his shoulders, you can see there are snaps which allow you to take it off, because in the movie, sometimes he was just wearing a tuxedo. Also, if you look underneath the cape here, you can see there is a Velcro spot where you can remove his jacket if you want to. Alright, now we're going to take a look at Dracula's included accessories. First, he had this little tag on his arm, and it basically just tells you that he is a limited edition. Not much to it. Dracula also includes a display stand, which is kind of weird because there are no pegs on it, so I guess you just kind of balance him on it. I fail to see the point of this, but it doesn't look terrible on display with him. I actually like that his name is right there, just in case there's people who don't know who he is. Dracula's final included accessory is this plastic bat. I guess it's for you to imagine him turning into it, because he did do this in the film. I recall him using this to sneak into the window of Mina's room, and also to make escapes, which seems like would be the best use of it. Oh, Dracula, you're the one for me. You're so amazing. Huh? What in the hell is this? Now, calm down, Skeletor. Allow me to explain. I'm going to kill you, Dracula. What is that over there? What? I don't see anything. Just a bat flying away. Just a bat. Is he serious? Alright, it's time to take a look at Dracula's articulation. Here at the knee, he has about a 45-degree bend. Not very good, but not bad. The front of the hip can go all the way up almost to a 90, and then it can also swing out almost to a 90, which is pretty nice. So kind of a ball joint. There's no waist articulation that I could figure out. The shoulder can go up, it can swing around, and it can bend to about a 90, but the cloth does get in the way. Head can turn left and right, and that is it. That covers all the articulation for Dracula. And now for our He-Man size comparison. Dracula is at a 6-inch scale, so he's quite a bit taller than He-Man. But man, that makes him mix really well with your Marvel Legends and 6-inch scale figures. That means the new Black Series Vader and Dracula get to hang out. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy retrospective for the Bela Lugosi Dracula from the 1998 Dracula toy line by Exclusive Premiere. This figure has a real Mego feel to it, and I love it. Unfortunately though, Exclusive Premiere only produced this one figure in their Dracula line. So, I've covered the entire line. And with it ends the 4 weeks of Halloween. I can't believe it's already over. I've done one Halloween special every year up until this point, and this year I was like, I'm doing 4, and it still wasn't enough for me. Gonna have to come up with something crazy for next year. But anyway, I hope you have a fun, spooky, but safe Halloween. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a like. And while you're at it, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help my channel grow. I do a retrospective on a toy from my vintage collection every Wednesday, so hope to see you next week and every week after, here on KREED'S Collection.